Hello and welcome back. My name's Liam from the Basic Barista, and today we're talking about the Picopresso from Wacaco. We're going to do a quick unboxing, see what you get inside, and then we're even going to make an espresso using this brewer. So first of all, in this box is the Picopresso from Wacaco. Now additionally, there's also the Wacaco Picopresso pressure gauge. That's a mouthful. But this is essentially an additional pressure gauge that attaches only to the Picopresso. So it's something that isn't included in the Picopresso. However, it is noteworthy because this accessory is only for this coffee brewer. And of course, both of these products are available on our website at thebasicbarista.com. And the links for these will be down in the description. Okay, so let's see what's inside. First of all, this is the packaging. It's got this beautiful matte finish. Love the image, however, I hate the fake tattoos. We've got a Picopresso logo on that side, and then some instructions on how to use a Wacaco Picopresso. This just slides off. It's like a cover. And we've got this beautiful matte feeling textured box, and this just slides open to reveal our Picopresso. So inside we've got the Picopresso itself. We've got the instruction manual. This also has a warranty card as well. And it's important to note that this product actually has a 2-year manufacturer warranty. So that's really awesome. Next, we've got a little dosing ring. This is metal and it's branded as well. We've got a tiny little cutest ever WDT needle tool. So this is for distributing your coffee grounds. I don't know how efficient a singular needle is, but we're gonna try it anyways. And then we've got a really cool metal tamper, which I love to see. I always love when I receive a product and inside it has all the accessories that I need. I don't have to go out and buy anything extra to make espresso. So yeah, this is a really nice quality tamper. And last but definitely not least is a heavy duty custom case. So this simply just zips open and closed. It's a hard case, and as you can see, it fits everything very neatly inside, like so. And then that zips up. Now this is crazy to me. Inside the palm of my hands is an espresso machine. Simply adding water and your espresso grounds and you're gonna be making espresso. So let's open it up and see what accessories come inside. So first of all, this cap opens up. We've got a cleaning brush, which is very sweet. And this is our water tank / reservoir. So we're gonna put our hot water in here. To unlock and to lock the pressure pump, it simply just closes and twists. So this is quite standard for Wacaco and their range. And it's basically what you use to pressurize your espresso. Now inside this cap, we're just gonna pull this off. So this is your cover / your drip tray. So once you've finished making your espresso, you then can put it over here while you attend to your espresso and your rest of your coffee making. And this will basically collect any remaining drips. So the drips that we don't want in our espresso after we've finished extracting. But what's really cool is you can also replace this cover to then see your naked portafilter. And that has a couple of benefits that we'll go into later. So this unscrews. Cool beans. We've got our portafilter basket. We've got the cutest ever little dosing cup scoop. So this is used to grab your coffee grounds and then put it into your portafilter. And then from there, we'll then WDT and then tamp. But this is the cutest little dosing scoop, coffee ground scoop that I've ever seen. And it's also got a little retractable slidey handle, which I love. Now to remove this part, it just simply pops out. And like I said before, when you put your cup in and you screw it all together, you're left with this. And this basically shows you your coffee extracting live. So let's put it all together and let's make our first coffee. Okay, so I've just ground 20 grams of espresso roasted coffee. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to prep our puck. So we need this side of the Picopresso, unscrew the basket. This is just the shower screen that it's come off. We're going to put that back the correct way and just pop that here for the moment. Now with this, we're going to first place our funnel on top. This is really cool because it just locks in, which is nice. We want that. Next, we're going to put our coffee grounds in. And let's see whether 18 grams will fit or not. We're just going to manipulate this slightly, tap it. Cool, made a little bit of a mess, but this is espresso for you. Now with our WDT tool, let's go really deep on our coffee bed, and then we're going to come up and slow our rotations to the top of the bed, making sure that everything is evenly distributed. And look at those grounds, how nice and fluffy they are. That's exactly what we're looking for. Next, we're going to just give it a quick tap. The reason why we tap before we tamp is it removes all of the air and helps us get a nice level bed. Now this is absolutely full, and this will depend on the type of coffee that you are using. So let's give it a shot. This is 20 grams. Place our tamper on top and squish it all the way down. And I'm getting a really nice resistance come back from those espresso grounds. Cool. So this is done. I'm just going to quickly remove all those extra coffee grounds. So what we're left with is a nice, flat, even bed of coffee grounds. I think for this coffee in future, I would have preferred to do 18 grams of coffee, but we're going to run with a 20 gram dose and see what that gets us. Next, we're going to screw this back on. We've got our coffee brewing scales and our glass. We've tared everything out. Now we're going to fill up our Picopresso with some hot water. It doesn't really matter how much water we put in. Ideally, we should have also preheated this, but I kind of just want to get an idea for this espresso maker without all the other things. That's why we've used 20 grams. Even though it might not be ideal, we haven't preheated the brewer, but we're just going to run with it and see what it gets us. Cool. And we're going to start pressing. I'm feeling some resistance, and our first little dots of espresso have come through. We're now going to continue pressing. Just a little bit of channeling, which is to be expected. I can really feel that resistance. Because we don't have the pressure gauge, it's a little bit hard to actually tell. And we are going to stop there. Now, like I said, the lid comes in handy. We're going to pop it over here, and would you look at that? Beautiful espresso made right now. Let's give it a quick taste. Not bad, not bad at all. For something this lightweight, this compact, and with that amount of accessories for this price as well, this is a fantastic piece of gear that I can definitely get behind. It's still holding on to that really nice crema. This isn't the freshest coffee. In fact, it's actually been sitting in my freezer for a couple of weeks, and I'm actually quite surprised how well this device performed under the circumstances. So it had quite a few things going against it. First of all, the dose was way too big for this coffee. Second of all, our water temperature would have been quite low in comparison to if we had preheated it. I've also had the kettle sitting here for a little, so it isn't at the full 98 degrees water temperature that would have been ideal for this coffee. The coffee itself wasn't fresh. And lastly, this is my first time ever brewing with this gadget. So with all of those things considered, I think that we've done a really fantastic job with this coffee. We've still got that crema, and it actually tastes pretty spot on. It's crazy to think, but I just made a flat white using something that could fit in the palm of my hand. The Picopresso has absolutely surpassed my expectations, and I just wanted to summarize this video with a couple of final thoughts. I believe that this device is more so for somebody who is traveling, needs to carry something lightweight, needs to think about the final weight of how much they're carrying. So hiking, camping, and taking things on trips. Something that I want to also stress is obviously you're going to need some extra things. So while this looks after the pressure, the extraction, and holding the correct amount of things, meaning your espresso and your water, you're still going to need some way to store water, to heat up that water, to store your coffee grounds, to grind your coffee if you don't have pre-grounded coffee, as well as some other things like a set of scales, a cup, and that's about it. But yeah, so there's just some other considerations. Now, one thing that I wanted to touch on that a lot of people have been commenting, when you are extracting, your espresso machines are actually leveled. So when you hold the espresso machine and it's slightly off center, you're going to get an uneven extraction. Now, Wacaco do make a stand that fixes this problem. And what it does is it holds the Picopresso in place perfectly level, so when you're pumping, it doesn't move around as much. For me and my experience, I thought this was going to be a lot more prominent. As I was pressing and pumping, I actually noticed that it was a lot easier than what I thought it was going to be. So if you're pumping quite easily, you actually don't move around too much. But yeah, that's been my experience with the Wacaco Picopresso. Let me know if you've got any questions about this device. And if you're interested, I also recommend that you go check out our other video on how you can make a latte using an AeroPress. Something that I think you would be interested in if you're watching this video. That's all from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.